feared for the power of her mind, worried about what she could find.
Hello everyone, this is a collective reading for this current time and the nearer future. Starting with the Fool, the Page of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Cups. There is something here, some kind of renewal, some kind of freedom that is new to several people. There is some kind of relief, some kind of release regarding a certain law or several laws, depending on wherever you live. There is something that is becoming more benevolent, more artistic, but not in this stupid or unnecessary artistic way. You know, some more profound and deep arts, not this superficial, ridiculous kind of art that's just exaggerated and stupid. Also not this kind of, I don't know, I'm getting something about philosophy here, but there's also a stupid kind of philosophy. That's not what I mean. It's something that comes from experience and from spirituality and not, you know, this thinking type of philosophy where, you know, people just get into all kind of stuff with their heads, but they are not spiritual and they don't have any spiritual experiences. They just want to appear smart. They just want to appear intellectual, and they study a lot of weird stuff. And by reading books, they think they are becoming smart. You know, this kind of stuff will lose value somewhere in some area, and the people who truly have spiritual connections and experiences might benefit from something here. There is some kind of smaller justice. It's not the ultimate justice that's coming in. We have a very small scale in the Six of Pentacles. But it's not, you know, the ultimate final justice in the whole world. But there is some kind of relief here. Even if it's just a small thing, it will bring relief to someone or to several people. There is an understanding about morality. I see the Hierophant here as a politician. And this politician doesn't have to be only one. This politician or this Hierophant could represent different politicians in different countries. Maybe, you know, some people who are more liberal and progressive. I know in many parts of the world, also in Europe and also here in Germany, there is something moving backwards and everything is becoming more right-winged again. And you know, the opposing parties, they are being ridiculed. And I feel that like there is a change in that as well, that they will win a bit more power here. Could also be that there is someone new popping up. Maybe this person was already in politics but wasn't very known. But now there will be a little bit more media fuss about this person. I don't know. But there is something here that's either being found out by this person and then presented to the public, and it will be very convincing, or it something about this person, the person who represents this opposing energy to this whole not so liberal stuff. But it's not like a nasty secret that will be found out. It's more like something very good will be realized about this person, and then many people will trust this person. And in some cases, it doesn't have to be a politician. It could also be some kind of scientist or just someone else. Could be anyone in some situations. Someone who will really convince people, not because that is their goal. They may not even try to convince anyone, but the way they are and the way they speak and what they know, it will be perceived as a proof that this person is very genuine and they know something. And then there will be a shift in some kind of public opinion or a general opinion. And it's not like the ultimate final change and the ultimate final justice and solution for everything, but it is a small step. I'm wondering about the Knight of Cups here. This could, in some cases, be the same person here, like the Hierophant. Could even be that this Hierophant has already been teaching, not in this smart ass, all-knowing, blah, blah, blah teaching style, not with this arrogance and pride. That they had a small group, this person. Just like I said with the example with the politician, it could be someone who was already in politics, but they weren't very known because the media has not reported about them a lot. So, but it could be that due to some circumstances, this person will be much more known now, but they might not even like being in this spotlight and getting all this attention. So I don't know why, because usually the Knight of Cups, if we follow the tarot rules and all this stuff, which I don't really do usually, but sometimes we often think like he represents some kind of offering. But I feel like more the Knight of Cups here is the Hierophant, and he is accepting some prize or offering, but then he's withdrawing. He will not disappear or vanish, but he will want to withdraw, or she, because it's too much. And it could also be that this person is truly so genuine and sincere and pure that they also might realize that the new fan community they have now, it is hypocritical, because they will realize that a lot of these people, if the Hierophant, if this Knight, if this person wouldn't have become so famous for something great they know that they've done, they know that the people who now adore them in another circumstance, in another situation, they would have despised this person, and they only like this person now because they invented something, or because they are famous now. if they would have met him on the street as a normal person, they would have probably despised him, mocked him, I don't know, something like that. At least that's what this person might feel or think. So there is some withdrawal here. And I feel like, he's holding it a little bit far from his body, this trophy, this cup actually here. Like he feels estranged. He accepts it due to wanting to be polite, but he might not feel like it's his achievement or it's what he wanted to achieve. So this person could be very humble, actually, and very intelligent. Let me see if I can find something else here. At the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Cups, so there is the guy rejecting the cup or not seeing this offering. So on one hand it's a confirmation of what I already talked about, yet it could be speaking of something else here as well. Could be a younger person, or it could be the past of this Hierophant and Knight. But there is a younger energy here. There could be a realization. This person could have been rejected a lot in the past when they were younger. And now, like, they are, maybe they are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. And before that time, they always had a more rough life, a poor life, experienced a lot of rejection and like feeling not being accepted by society. And then as a result of that, they themselves do not want to be a part of society because it's a sick society. It's an ignorant society. And there is some reflection on that here as well. Yeah, and there is a withdrawal card. Could be that this person is relocating, changing the country, which is weird, like they help the citizens in their own country, like they improve something, make something easier, and then they run away. The Empress. Okay, I shouldn't dig in too deep, but I think, I feel like the Empress still belongs into this reading. This person could be seeking out some kind of motherly, feminine energy. It could be something spiritual, it could be something earthly. This could be where the person is headed towards to. The Empress could await this person. Like they could have some kind of deal, not a shady deal, but some kind of date. And I don't feel very romantic about it. I feel like the Empress here is someone who knows a lot and keeps it to herself. Or to himself, even though I strongly feel like I want to take this card literally, like literally representing a woman here. Whereas the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups, they could represent both a man and a woman. But this Empress woman is very wise, and it's not a kind of wisdom that people gain by getting older. It is a spiritual kind of wisdom. And you know, some people don't have that. I feel like most people don't have that, and they just grow old. And yes, they learn a little bit about life, they have a little bit of life experience, and they become, you know, on that level, they become wise, but they know nothing about spirituality. So, yeah. That is the wisdom I'm speaking about here. Like, this Empress truly knows something, and she keeps it to herself because she knows that the world is either not ready for her knowledge, or the world isn't even interested in her knowledge. They would ridicule her, so she keeps everything to herself. But he knows something about her, and that's why it feels like he wants to confide in her. Okay, I think I'm just gonna put this away and pull some extra spread here. The Six of Wands, the Hermit, the Page of Wands, the Ten of Coins, the Magician, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. It's just another confirmation, like there is this success. It is still about this Hierophant guy or woman. But this is not for this person a personal success. This is not some kind of egoic triumph. This is something collective here. There is no pride. There is just relief when this person accomplishes the task. The Hermit again. On one hand, because I'm getting two things here. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit annoyed by the fruit flies trying to fly into my mouth while I speak. I hate it. My God, it's so annoying. This Hermit, on one hand, represents, again, the energy of the Hierophant person, of our main character here. And this person, you know, seeking for something deep, profound. This person withdrawing from society, also from personal affairs, personal friendships, all this kind of stuff. This person is a loner. Yet the Hierophant is also a second energy coming into play here, and I want to take him literally as an older man. So we had this wise, mature woman already in the first spread. Now there's a third character popping up, and it feels also very spiritual to me. Like, I want to look at this, is that the English word lantern? It might be written like the German word, just have a different pronunciation. Or at this lamp, sorry, maybe that's better. And not, you know, replace this lamp and like in some old magic movies. See it as a crystal ball. As if this person also has some kind of spiritual knowledge, and they have been watching and waiting for a very long time for this success to come to this person. So this is a very spiritual success here that only deeply spiritual people understand. The page represents a lot of energies here. Again, our main character's energy. And again, it is a past energy of our main character when this person was still a page, wandering around, wandering with an A, but also wandering with an O. A little bit inexperienced, but not naive or stupid, just still seeking. Still having to do the work, having to go the whole path. It also represents the Hierophant's younger energies. It represents a lot of people's younger energies. It could be that there are waves of all our pasts coming back towards us, reminding us of our past selves, bringing back old memories, refreshing them, or bringing back completely forgotten memories. And this could not be pleasant to everyone. There could be some shame about once having been this kind of page. For some, but not for all. For others, it's different kind of painful memories. But it gives me a negative feeling, this card. Not that the page is ultimately negative person, but these memories from the past are negative for everyone in different ways. There is something here, because it's next to the Hierophant, there is another old man in the picture. There is something here about aging, about the physical aspects of aging, but also about the financial aspects of aging. There is also something here about reaping something that you sowed. Not necessarily spiritually, but also a little bit, but how sustainably you have been spending your life. Putting things aside for your old age could be money, but it doesn't have to be money. It could also be, the way you take care of certain objects in your household. Can something maintain in your household for 60 years? Probably is not an electronic gadget because they will die after some time, but I don't know, let's just say it's a candle holder, and it can become really old if you take care of it, if you don't, let it fall down, if it doesn't break, if you clean it properly, just the way we take care of things, there's something here. It could also be about your body, but all these things. There is some reflection on that, and there's also someone here who has already reached that phase, probably this Hierophant, and they might feel quite comfortable about it because they have a spiritual wisdom, they also have the normal kind of wisdom, and they can look back and they don't see a lot of these page mistakes when they look back. Yes, every young person makes some mistake because they have to learn, but a mistake is not a sin, and a mistake is not always something to be ashamed of. And I feel like there is someone older here who maybe they felt very ashamed while they were young, but now that they are older, they might look back and suddenly they feel very proud when they look at other young people, how they behave and how they live, like that they were actually quite fine as a young person already. There is something here about that. With the Magician, I feel like it speaks for many of us. We might all feel very active this kind of motivation and this inner spark. It's a very inspired action. It's not an action that comes out of fear or boredom. It is deeply meaningful and inspired by something very profound and collective. And some might even be inspired by this, as I said, the Six of Wands represents again the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups, this whole, our main character's energy here. So this main character's action might inspire a lot of people. Even the old ones who actually want to rest and who look back at themselves, finding peace with their younger versions, not understanding anymore why they felt so ashamed their whole life, or they felt they did something wrong. I feel like everyone will be inspired by something here, and they want to act, they want to do something. Could even be a toast to this person, a celebration, an honor. The Magician and the Ace of Swords, they feel very similar to me right now. There is this motivation, there is this, like the way he raises this stick and the way the sword passes right through the middle of the crown. Like there's something about precision. Something is very precise. Something is like the perfect timing. And it's the perfect space, the perfect place. It is just right. And there's a realization of how complex it all is. And within all this confusing and complex construction, someone just hits the right spot at the right time. Probably still our main character. And this is the huge realization here. Like this is some kind of genius or something like that. The Ten of Wands. I don't know how that fits in. Oh, it's actually a positive thing. Like there's someone getting their fair share. I said earlier that this our main character here, like they could have grown up in a very poor way. I mean, materially poor. Like they are finally receiving something to take away from all of this, to, pay their rent and get their food. Like it's deserved, it's fair. Like they might even receive some gifts on top of it because people might, suddenly really appreciate this person. And yeah, it feels like they have to carry away a lot, but not in a burdening way. Because, usually this card often has a negative energy attached to it. So I was wondering, because it didn't fit in here, but now I'm seeing it in this way. The bottom of the deck, there is Temperance. And, this speaks on one hand again for our main character here, who is finally able to take care of him or herself. Like this person's needs are being covered and this person can heal and withdraw, replenish. But it also speaks for everyone else because I said in the very beginning there is some kind of relief. some kind of progression in some kind of law, probably simultaneously in several countries on the world, even if it is just a very small improvement. It will mean a lot to a certain type of people or a certain class. We are not classless. We still have this in the world, and there is, finally some break. Like some people might feel like they finally can calm down a little bit and take care of themselves here. Okay, then we have the 5 of Cups and Judgment. Okay, now it's slipping into something deeper here. This is just the beginning. I said in the first spread already that this is not the final and ultimate justice. This is just a very small justice, just a very, very small step. And it feels like this. I think it sounded all really good, but it's not the end of the game. It's not the end of the war. It's just a break. It's the small step, the small improvement is coming. But there's something bigger that has to be worked on, like the huge final justice, judgment. Working on that, the world still has to go through a lot of turmoil and war, I feel. But that's not part of this reading anymore. This is for the nearer future. This is maybe, I don't know, for the next few months. Some people might not perceive a time span from 1 to 6 months as the near future, but I do, so I just want to explain that. What I mean when I say nearer future. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.